What's up, internet world?
Bonjour, bonjour.
Welcome to Shootin' the Shit.
Shootin' the Shit. Bienvenue. On parlera pas français longtemps. Shootin' the Shit. I'm Fred.
And I'm Dennis Abel.
And today we have some very special guests of ours. Our friends, our good friends / band that we always play shows together with in Athabasca for some reason. Because there's 3 bands. There's 2 metal bands and
Here we are.
The table is full. We have Delirium with us. You guys want to say hi?
Introduce yourselves.
Oui, bonjour.
Hey guys, I'm Justin.
And I'm Richard.
What do you guys do in Delirium?
We sling
Pluck
some
the
axes back
strings.
and forth. A couple of guitarists here, just pretending like we know what we're doing, but
Yeah. You'll
yeah.
hear backup vocals here and there, but
Beautiful ones too at that.
Nice.
yeah,
Like, do you guys harmonize and stuff?
Oh. Yeah,
we like to think so, but
Yeah.
it's a work in progress.
Yeah, you bet.
Isn't it all? Isn't it
If
all?
you all scream together like, ah, and it's, yeah. There's nothing harder than harmonizing.
It's more like
Yeah.
the chanty stuff that sounds good, you know.
That's why we stick to metal. You just yell and hope for
Yeah.
the best.
Well, that's it. You just,
mashes together and no one notices.
Chanty.
Exactly.
I like that.
yeah. When people ask me, how do you sing? I say, I don't sing. I just yell at people.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's great.
Just giving her.
Just give her.
Just fucking yell. So Richard, you're gonna do. You're gonna lead us off today, but you're gonna also. We have a very special sponsor. It's new. It's a new tradition from last show. So we did it once, twice as a tradition, or twice as a cult, 3 times as a religion, 4 times as a tradition. Our
let's-
sponsor.
It's a tie. We're going with beer and our good buddy Ryan Hamza at Neighbors Pub.
Yeah.
Ryan,
You know who
Ryan.
you are.
which is also a very excellent purveyor of beer.
That's it.
So,
if you ever in
you
don't mind
Athabasca,
slinging
go
the
to Neighbor's
drinks,
Pub.
that guy. One
Great.
hell of a bartender.
Great beers, home fries.
Great ass.
Yeah.
He's
I
got a
mean,
great ass.
Yeah,
Asset.
he works out.
Yeah, he does.
And don't
Squats
piss him out
for
or he'll
days.
piss him off or he'll knock your ass out too. Guy's
Yeah.
a scrapper.
There you go.
He's a scrapper. He's
Good
seen
job.
some shit.
So for this week, we got a special new segment called Shooting from the Hip.
We're gonna start
Ooh.
with that.
So this is where we get to know our guests on our show. So I'm going to rapid fire you 5 questions, 1-word answers.
Oh,
One word.
You ready?
no. Well, let's do it.
So
Completely
first for you, Richard. Quick, Metallica or Megadeth?
Metallica.
PC or Mac?
Mac.
E standard or drop D?
Drop D.
Ass or titties?
Titties.
Blondes or brunettes?
What about a brunette with blonde streaks?
Good job. So that's Richard Nolan, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's Justin's turn.
Damn, that was tough. All
He
right.
was thinking about what his wife is.
Yeah.
Blonde.
It's just like she was blonde and then. Okay. I got 5 for you. We kind of went in the same line. We and Dennis, we didn't discuss our ideas before, so I just wrote a whole bunch of them, and it's kind of in the similar vein. So, coitus, lights on or lights off?
Lights off.
Beer or liquor?
Beer.
Satan or Trump?
It's kind of the same thing, but I'll go with Satan.
Oh, wow. Coffee or tea?
Coffee all the way.
Head, giving or receiving?
Giving.
And that's the,
Justin.
We should clarify
Yeah.
female giving.
That's another video.
when we say head, give. I agree. I am
Okay.
also a giver of head to
Hey.
women.
Those who give will eventually receive.
Eventually.
Okay, I totally heard that question the opposite. Do you prefer giving or receiving?
Yeah, well, yeah, but not giving to another man.
Not
I
that
haven't
there's
tried
nothing
it.
wrong
I'm
with
not knocking
that.
it. I have just saying.
That's fine if that's who you are, ladies
Yeah,
and gentlemen.
exactly. Like Jerry Seinfeld would say.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Exactly.
But there's something wrong with that.
Well,
Just a little bit.
Agreed.
Okay, so we're going to start it off with the guests as we usually do. First topic, Justin, you got something for us?
I do. So I would like to know, since you guys have been playing music for a while, probably different bands and everything, what is the worst part of being in a band?
I would say the worst part, you know how they say when there's too many cooks in the kitchen, the hardest part in a band is to collaborate creatively and driving.
For me,
That's about it.
I had some pretty weird experiences in bands, but a lot of it is the ego. Ego kind of destroys the band a lot. Booze and alcohol probably plays a part in that too. I've had a lot of problems with members getting way too drunk on stage and stuff like that. But,
Yeah.
but I mean, in moderation, it's all right. But there's a certain point where if you can't play your instrument, well, there's a problem there.
Then you're
But,
just a Newfoundlander, you know.
That's it.
I've played in bands that the guys get started at 6 beers, and then it goes on. If you don't drink 12, you're a lightweight, and
Well, that's it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was like mid-20s. These days, that doesn't happen nearly as much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, a little bit, but not as bad. For me, worst part, finding like-minded / driven musicians to be in your band. You know, musically, like
People that share the same desire.
yeah, people who are like all in. That's great. Others who kind of half-ass it or
Yep.
picking songs for a set list can sometimes be the most painful thing. Yeah,
So-
we're all metalheads, but we don't all like the same metal.
When you're like-minded, does it make it harder or easier if you have somebody that thinks a little differently, but it interlocks? Like some, everybody's different, but it's if you're all working
I
towards
guess
the
as
same
long as
goal.
you got the same goal in mind, like
Yeah.
if you're all, same goal, but somebody's thinking outside the box a little bit on
Yeah.
certain thing, it might bring perspective. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I never thought of that or something. But
My biggest thing is never saying no to an idea.
yeah,
Like if someone comes in with an idea, I'll always try it, and then you can always see if it works, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and if it works, it works. That's it.
So
The worst part you can do is just press delete.
What
Done.
Dennis is saying is the next album starts with a 3-minute drum solo.
That's it. And ends with a 14-minute drum solo.
Because it is hard to be in a band because it's there's not like when there's a lot of money to go around. If it's a business, it's different. But in a band, it's unless it becomes a successful business, it's a struggle. It's a creative pursuit, and it's ego, it's imagination, it's time in between shows too. Like, how do you stay motivated? You play a show, then for the next 6 months, the guys go,
Yep.
"Well, are we still in a band? What are we doing?" I've had that too, where we play a show in a band. Back
and then
in
you don't
Fort
talk
Mac.
for another couple weeks, a month, and then it's like, okay, we got the next gig booked, and trying to get back on it, and
Yeah.
and there's fucking weeks and whatever loss that you could have been.
At
So
the core, it
yeah.
has to start with friendship, I think. You got to have a solid friendship with the people you're playing with.
Yeah, there has
That
to
it's
be
not a struggle to call them.
certain, like a camaraderie that you all get along and everything like that for sure. Because if you're, if you're not friends at the core, then you're gonna have arguments and you won't, be able to.
But you need arguments. Like to me, I'm French, so when I hear arguments, I think discussion. Like
Yeah.
you're saying I want to play this song, I want to play this song. That's an argument, but at the end of the day, it's also a discussion because
True. Yeah.
how do you get to anywhere unless you can go through those steps?
There's got to be a little compromise on everybody's part.
Yeah.
To you don't like this song we want to cover, but the rest of the guys do, or this idea for an original or whatever. You gotta, somehow come to a.
So
bit of a compromise.
what's your worst part of being in a band? Because you
The
asked.
fucking setup and the takedown, man.
Oh, that's God's punishment for being a musician.
You get there early, you set up, sound check, and hopefully it sounds good. You don't have much time. You're scrambling around, and then the show is all over, and everyone's having a good time, and you're sitting there unplugging cables and rolling them up. And
The teardown though, that's fun. 15 minutes of
You got to be a ninja.
yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
real fun. But the next
Unplug,
day
unplug.
when you're
shut everything off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the teardown is like
the next day is when you start to roll up the cables properly and everything. And
We wanted to do one of those slow-mo, not slow-mo.
like a time
time
lapse.
lapse.
Time-lapse
Yeah.
video of, because when we play a show, like when we did the multiplex show several times, it would be, okay, we're playing Saturday night. Friday night, we'd go in there, set up tables, chairs, all the equipment, little minor sound check. So Saturday, it's going to be nice and easy. We'll get
Yeah.
there in the afternoon, do a good sound check, and then it's showtime. Sunday, we leave everything up there. It's a 3-day job to put on a few hours of
It
a
is.
show.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
People don't
it's all
realize that.
it's all fun, but yeah, it's a lot of fucking work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Everything in music is a lot of work. Recording. Even what we're doing right now
Yeah.
involves setup. I'll be editing this for a couple hours afterwards.
That's why you got to love it. Otherwise,
That's it,
you
yeah.
just
Yeah.
If you're in it for the money or anything, good luck.
yeah.
Follow-up thought. The worst part of all that is then you get to hear some people bitch about having to pay a $10 cover to come see you.
Oh, yeah.
After you just put 3 days of work.
And then you're playing,
months
and then
of
someone comes
practice.
up to you and be like, "Hey, can you play something we know? Can you play something we can dance to?"
Like
You're at the wrong show, man.
Or they start yelling lyrics, like start singing another song into the microphone while you're playing a song, and it's like, and it's always a hot chick that's just white girl wasted, and it's like, could you just play a Darius Tucker song? You know how it goes? And it's like, you're like, exit light. What? You know that song? And it's, I can like sing it really, really good. My friend over there, he's
You know any Shania Twain?
yeah.
Oh, that was the
Let's
worst
go,
one I got.
girls.
This girl came up and she's like, "My boyfriend plays really good guitar. Can he play this next one instead of you?" I'm like, "Oh, wow." That and at the River Rats Festival, I think I counted 6 Freebird requests.
Oh yeah. I think someone yelled it when Finger 11 was on stage. Yeah, it was true.
That was me.
That was you.
I was
Nice.
gonna say, I'm pretty sure the one and only Mr. Darren Wentworth yelled that a few times.
So you let us
Not
know.
cool,
Have you
man.
been in
Not cool.
bands? What's your worst part of being in a band? We want to hear your comments below, experiences,
Let us
whatever it
know.
is.
Even best parts.
Even best parts is a good thing too.
But what I should have said, if we would have requalified it, was the worst thing is when somebody's too drunk and you're playing live.
Yeah.
Like, to me, that's unprofessional and, you know, friends, all that stuff. But when somebody's hammered,
yeah.
I've only done that once, and thank God it was just a fun outdoor gig that no one was there for.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for it. Anyways, moving on. Richard Nolan, what is your topic for today?
Okay, so the background context behind mine. There's a new show on YouTube called No Cover. It's basically like this cover band or a battle of the bands, and it has
Hollywood.
it has like
Alice
5
Cooper.
or 6. Yeah, Alice Cooper. That's got a bunch of celebrity music
And I
judges.
think Katie Babs from Octane or whatever.
Yeah,
too.
there's that
Izzy Hailstorm.
that dude from
Izzy Hail
Animals as Leaders, Tobias,
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think I've heard of this.
Alice Cooper.
and Gavin Rosdale from Bush.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And Alice Cooper. So these bands, they were awesome. A lot of them were young.
Some of them
kids.
were good.
Some of them were really
Some.
good. And then you get to the feedback portion, and a lot of the feedback was like, "Oh, that was really good, but the lyrics could have been stronger." And that was Alice Cooper. And for me to hear that, I was like, Alice Cooper just commented on your lyrics not being strong enough. Coming from the guy whose biggest
Sang a
hit
song
was
about fucking school's out.
School's out for summer. School's out forever. Got no class. Got no principles. The simplest, weakest lyrics I think I can think of.
Got no principles. That's a little double entendre, actually.
Okay.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
A
clever.
poet of his
Yeah.
generation.
Hey, there you go.
So that's what led me, because I'm actually really torn on this subject in multiple different ways here. How important are good lyrics in a song?
I think they're very important. I think if you're trying to convey a message, you should be pretty cut and dry to me, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think if you repeat anything long enough, it'll have meaning.
Yeah.
If you sing any words with conviction, it'll come through. But yes, short answer, yes. But at the same time,
There has
There-
been nonsensical
You know,
lyrics that have done shit.
I'm
right?
blue. No,
Yeah,
no,
exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
and you're
So-
listening, and it's catchy because it's the hypnotizing effect. But a good, it's a fine line. It depends.
I think
Leonard
it's all in
Cohen,
delivery
you know,
too, right?
Delivery, like there's different people. You know, Tool does it a way. Bare Naked Ladies do it a different way. We do it our way. But I think it's if you like your lyrics and they have conviction and they rhyme and they mean something.
It'll come across to your audience.
across.
right?
And then there's people that everything has to be hidden in shadows and, you know,
Metaphorically speaking.
more,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So yes, but now I'm changing my mind. No,
Middle ground somewhere.
but yes, but sometimes no.
I want to say yes, but at the same time, I have a question back. Are we talking like when you say lyrics, you mean like the lyrical message, or what are you talking like?
So for me, here's where I'm torn on this subject. All my favorite bands, like I could sing you all the lyrics to all the songs. I don't know what they mean. I don't give a shit. I know
So
them, they
it's-
sound good.
At the end of the song, you don't know like, oh, he was talking about specifically
Yeah.
this, and he was sending this type of message.
Yeah, I have no idea, and I don't care.
But-
Yet, one of Delirium's biggest holdback is lyrics. We're being picky. It's like, oh, this is too cheesy. This isn't good enough. This is too simple, and it's a real roadblock because we're not strong enough lyrically. So for our own product, I feel it's hugely important
Yeah.
because I don't want to be cheesy and too simple. Yet, I'm not a poet, and I honestly don't care what my favorite bands are singing about even.
For
So
me, I
it's two-sided.
think the melody has a big factor in it. I mean, look at Blur song 2. Woohoo! I mean, that's
Yeah.
as simple as you can get,
Yeah.
but it's catchy and sounds cool.
It all depends
So
how you make your audience feel, right?
You could be singing stupid words and whatever, but if the melody's there and it's kind of hooky and everything, then nobody really gives a shit what the message is. It's all about how it sounds. But I do think it is important to, convey what you're trying to sing about in the song, like a message for sure.
Because some of it is
Talk
like,
about or sing about something. Like there has to be a
theme.
Yeah, the song can't just mean nothing, but at the same time it could.
But at the
it's
same
a
It's
song.
time-
about nothing.
It's music.
Yeah, but
it's
at the
art.
same time,
I mean,
it all comes down personally, right? You're a guitar player, so you're not listening to vocals. You're listening to the riffs. You're listening to the solos. Someone, a normal person who listens to music is not listening to guitars, drums, or anything. They're listening to the vocals, right? So it's so you have to have a constant theme, right? And like
Because everybody's got a voice, and we all hear the vocals in our own way. But to your point, it's hard, especially when you have and that's what I was talking to earlier, was the creative cooperation. When to take, when to give. If the word is, I walked into the cemetery, and somebody says that's too cheesy, well, we want to talk about death in this song. What else could we say?
Yeah.
Like, and it's hard because you want to achieve, you want to perform, you want it to be great. And sometimes that idea blocks you from just saying, hey, just say what you want to say, and then
you try and get too creative that
overthink
it blocks you from just saying the obvious. Or
it does.
just lay it down. If you're recording, just lay down the most ridiculous lyrics. Listen back and be like, okay, well, we can change this, but never stop yourself from doing anything. Just lay it out, just put it out there because then you'll be moving forward. If you never put anything down, you're never moving forward, right?
Or hum a melody, and then words might start fitting.
That's
inside
how we do it.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
That's a
We
good
jam and we're just like, we're just doing the most nonsensical humming.
good point to what you were saying earlier, though. Like if you're too scared to sing anything, you're never going to have anything to critique and be like, okay, well, this could be better. You're never going to have anything. So you got to start with something and just, like you said, get it out there, and then you can build off that afterwards. So
One thing I'd add, it's just like playing instruments too. There's nothing you or I or any of us would do on a guitar that hasn't already been done a million times. So it's you can be picky, but
There's 7 notes.
you got to get something out.
What do you do?
Right?
Yeah.
At the same time, like I said, I don't really care about what my favorite bands sing, but a band like Five Finger Death Punch, those stand out so
Cheesy.
cringeworthy, just god awful stuff.
Yeah, but wouldn't
that
you
stands
like to
out.
be as successful as Five Finger Death Punch?
Yeah.
So like, how
America.
cheesy are they? Really? Like,
they're doing something right, I
yeah,
guess. but-
exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
they are.
Like,
Yeah.
It's hard.
it's a
Lyrics are
TikTok
hard.
generation, man. The cheesiest shit sells, man. Like, look at the things that have millions of views. It's just like someone like doing a stupid dance.
You look at that fucking Friday song that chick sang.
Yeah.
That was horrible, but look at the views.
Or even look at the
Crazy.
classics. Take a song like "There Ain't No Sunshine" by Bill Withers. There ain't no sunshine when she comes. Like that's.
Well,
it's
I
not-
believe that Coolio did the best version of that, but
But that there's nothing
it
to
DMX?
it. But once you start
Either way.
singing it,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
you
God rest his soul.
DMX,
Oh.
50 Cent, he had a lot of dumb lyrics.
Yeah.
Find me in the club with but you pump the beat behind
Yeah.
it, and then all of a sudden it's like, or Eminem, like
Rhythmic lyrics is good too. Just like as long as it embellishes the song that you're playing, right? I don't know.
Good answers.
So I guess yes, no.
Personal.
What do you guys
Music.
think? Do lyrics matter? I know when I listen to Cat Steven, it matters more than when I listen to
Hits me
Metallica,
right here. Cats in the cradle.
Yeah.
Silver.
Yeah.
Daddy.
Or that fucking song where that Daddy, when you coming home, I don't know.
That's the
when."
exact same song I was
Was
just
it?
singing.
The Cats in the Cradle?
Cats in the
Oh,
Cradle.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
that one.
He was a heroin
We'll get
addict.
together then.
Cats in the Cradle and the Silver Spoon.
Oh shit.
I'm just fucking with you. I don't know.
Damn.
All right.
Good question.
Topic 3. It's my
Topic
turn.
3. Yeah, that's your turn.
It is my turn.
Definitely.
So, I'm a sucker for nostalgia. I'll always bring it back.
Take it
What
back.
was your first musical memory as a child? First song. Do you have a musical memory? And what's the first memory of music you can think of? Fred?
Listening to harmonium, my dad blasting the speaker. Femme dans ta gueule, laisse-moi non passer. J'ai vu le loup, patata, and French fucking jigging and listening to Queen full blast, and my dad doing coke in the basement with his friends. And
Oh, the
yeah.
memories.
Oh, the memories.
The tobacco
It was a
smoke.
different
Yeah, the
generation.
tobacco smoke in the house, the fucking smell of weed and crack and
Oh, the 80s
beer.
were a beautiful time.
But yeah, I'd say Queen and some weird French shit
Nice.
was my first. No, actually, even before that, I'm gonna try to go as far back as I can here. getting the Phantom of the Opera on cassette and listening to that 5 million times. That's like, then before that, I don't know. Before my balls drop, it's like the memories are just.
Yeah.
What was before? you
Yeah,
know?
but I was thinking the other day, what was my first musical thing? So I was just curious to know what yours was. You, Justin?
Oh man, I got a doozy for you. So, my first musical memory that I can think of is fucking the Bryan Adams Reckless tape.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
And I had this jean jacket that I would wear, and I had this. Like, I didn't play guitar when I was that young because I didn't know how or whatever, but I had this little plastic amp and a guitar, and I would put that fucking thing on with my jean jacket on, and I would just fucking rip some Cuts Like a Knife or whatever the hell was off of that album. I don't remember now.
Just
but
just pretending to play
man,
at this point.
Bryan Adams was my hero when I was growing up.
Nice. Have you ever seen him live? No.
I did actually
Yeah?
in Calgary. It was like a amphitheater type setup,
Yeah.
laying in the grass with my aunt. Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, it must have brought you back at that point.
Yeah, good times. I even got a picture. Maybe we'll get you to throw in there later on.
Nice. Yeah. Of you and Bryan Adams?
No, with my jean jacket.
Oh,
that
yeah,
shitty
for
guitar,
sure.
and my
Absolutely.
sisters
Send that to me. Yeah, for
singing or
sure.
whatever.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What about you, Richard? What was your first musical memory?
My dad was a huge Traveling Wilburys fan.
Nice. That's a
Which
great.
is like all-star lineup of the early 90s, I think.
Tom Petty, George Harrison,
Dylan.
Roy Orbison, Bob Dylan.
Orbison basically stole the show there.
Yeah.
That was the first thing I truly like enjoyed and sang along to. But my first tape cassettes was also So Far So Good by Bryan Adams
Nice.
and ZZ Top Afterburner. But I only liked one song on that because it was like the track that was on the Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah. That was classic. I remember seeing that in theaters.
Oh my god.
The first Ninja Turtles.
I'm going to add a twist to it as well. My first musical experience. So the only reason I even picked up a guitar in the first place is because my brother bought one and he trying to learn how to play Angry Again by Megadeth. And it was the most cringeworthy goddamn thing I've ever heard.
We love you, Chris.
Yeah.
So he's like, give me
Thanks,
that.
Chris.
Let me show you how it's done.
It was my mission to just be better than him at anything, and that was one of them.
But there was always those guitar rivals back in the day, right? Like you say, you and your brother.
Yeah.
I had one too in Hearst, and like there was like it kind of made you better to try to step up on someone, right? Yeah, it was good. Right?
Oh yeah, other guys in your grade, you're like,
Yeah.
he plays guitar too. You're like, I got to be better than him.
Yeah,
or, you know,
exactly.
Or you just start playing drums.
Fuck it, I'm never gonna be that good. I'll just switch.
play bass. No one will even comment.
This is faster. Yeah, play bass. My question was going to be, what's better to play a gig without a bass player or to get $100? But that's totally different.
So for my first musical experience, I think I remember Patio Lanterns from Kim Mitchell.
Oh yeah.
I think you remember that song. Oh yeah. I remember being in the back of my dad's Chevy there, and then no. I think I was like 4 years old, bro.
Okay, whoa.
I only started that at 6.
I got a quick little thing to add to that.
Yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
probably the only idiot on the planet who. So he was that Kim Mitchell, right?
Yeah.
He played Canada Day here in Athabasca,
Oh, yeah.
and I'm probably the only idiot alive who always thought that song was called Patty O Lanterns, like
my God.
an Irish
Like
bar.
an Irish, patio lanterns.
Patio Lanterns. It's gonna be a good time at Patio Lanterns.
That's funny.
And
No,
so
he's actually talking about deck lighting.
I used to
yeah,
think,
deck lighting,
I
and
used
kissing
to think
women.
that Flashy Weza was something you could buy at a store.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, give me that Biggie song.
Yeah.
Your Flashy Ways. I was like, what's a Flashy Waza? And I was
How much
like,
does it cost?
I couldn't buy one.
Cool. And the first tape I ever bought was Spin Doctors. So that's about it.
Oh,
for me.
nice.
Yeah.
Was that
Prince there. Those
Yeah.
Two Princes. Yeah. There was like this little corner store in Valcote, and you had tapes. I remember. I bought one. Anyways, so that's memories of music for all of us.
It was, what was it? Your dad, 4 years old,
Yeah, Kim Mitchell, Patio Lanterns.
in the Chevy?
Yeah. He
Oh,
went
nice.
in probably to get drugs or something, and then
Oh, yeah.
I was waiting in the car, and I remember that coming on.
The
I was like
80s
4
were
years-
magical.
Sounds like your dad and Fred's dad could have been buddies here.
Eh?
Sounds like your dad and Fred's dad could
Oh,
have been
I'm
friends.
sure they were. Yeah.
Oh, they could have been the same drug dealer at the same time a
That's
couple
it,
of
that's
times.
it.
That's
Yeah,
funny.
I was in there listening to Patio Lanterns. He was listening to Queen in the other car.
You know what? My earliest actual memory is when me and Nicolas Lizotte ran away from home when we were 6 years old with our big wheels, and we would sing.
Born
in-
to Be Wild.
Yeah. It was, basically. It was because his mom was a big rocker, and I was thinking 14, 12, but man, it's hard to go back in the brain that far.
Yeah.
There's just nothing there. For me, I don't know about you guys, but just trying to erase my childhood, I guess.
Yeah.
So what's your first musical memories? You let us know. There's a lot of good stuff here. What about you, Fred? What's your topic today? Topic number 4, eh?
Well, my topic was going to be, I guess for everybody, but I was thinking of you guys because I know I seen you guys the first time we met at Neighbors Pub. It was for Battle of the Bands 4 years ago, and you guys played. And so my question is, you guys have been doing this for a long time, and you've had a lot of lineup changes. So I want to talk about how you guys navigate that, and how do you stay professional and friendly. And because at the end of the day, people want to move on sometimes, but at the same time, you know, you're a dick if you quit the band, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes it brings a better player on board. Or what's it been for you guys?
Blessing in disguise sometimes.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering how you guys navigate that, because you guys have been together for 7-8 years.
Around
Am
there.
I in the ballpark?
I'll clarify.
Yeah.
The Battle of Bands, that was one of my other bands.
Yeah, Richard's
even
kind of a
remember.
band hooer. He just
That was
Slut?
Delirium.
anyone that'll let him in there.
What
he'll
did-
fucking
what was it
play.
called?
Peripheral Visionary, I think our band name was. Totally. I've been playing with tons of different bands in Athabasca since we're 18, pretty much.
Yeah.
Justin's the loyal one here. Delirium is him and I started Delirium in 2016.
Well, we should
2015.
rewind that. We had Sedition back in the high school
Sedition.
days.
That's
we
intense.
played
Sedition.
Metallica
Back in
tribute,
2003, 2004, 5.
Sedition.
There, yeah.
So
yeah.
were you guys
Subtraction End Edition? Is that what it, what is it?
Sedition? That's when were you thinking the West should navigate away from Saskatchewan, or what was the
We're like,
I
this is
don't
a
really
cool
don't
name.
know. Somebody
No.
came out with it. It's like, yeah,
no
that'll
meaning,
work.
just cool words?
yeah.
That's
That's
fucking childish.
There is a meaning
There's
behind it. I forget. That was a
18.
long time.
Well,
ago.
sedition is when a state wants to separate from the country, or a people. You sedition. That's what it means, right?
Yeah.
Like if we were to revolt and call Athabasca its own country, we'd have to that's sedition.
Sedition.
I can't remember.
That's intense, guys.
Exactly what it is.
Jesus.
But yeah, we had a high school band and we did a Metallica tribute, which was funny
Awesome.
because obviously last year we did that as well. But
Our first song together was Intersat Man,
oh, there you go.
Nice. Was it?
It's a staple.
or was it?
Classic.
I don't know.
Was it the surf vibe or the Intersat Man?
It's probably surf stuff. It's
I feel
probably
like the
Pipeline.
first song we ever played live was Intersat Man,
Probably.
or Corn Blind.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that
Carry
was
on.
one of the first riffs I learned too.
People come and go, right? We had some really solid bands or members in the day, and they just move away. Life carries them different places. You try and replace them, but in a small town, there's not a lot of options, and you take what you can get. A lot of the times, we've been lucky. Like at Delirium, we had 2 members leave 2 years ago. Fortunately, we knew a few other people that we figured might be.
But at the same
itching to
time,
get
it
going.
sucked.
So they moved
Yeah,
away. That's that seems to be the
No.
biggest thing, eh? No.
they didn't move away.
No,
they just
just,
pursued other interests.
other-
and quit altogether. And
More important projects on the go, and I mean, yeah, I was fucking devastated at the time. It's like our band's broken up. Like, what are we gonna do?
yeah.
But like we talked about earlier, like you build a friendship with these guys and the camaraderie and everything, and then once it's all over, it's kind of like, oh wow. But like I said earlier too, blessing in disguise, because now like we're way better, and
Yeah, musically speaking, we've
yeah,
picked it up quite a bit. It's nice having 2 guitars.
oh yeah,
That's something I've never really been a part of, so it's cool
Yeah.
to share the workload.
bring the high school
Yeah.
days back to life.
Yeah, exactly.
So you guys.
Do you
were-
guys share both duties, or is one more rhythm, more lead, or?
Yeah, we try and
solos
split her up down
Mhm.
the middle.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's a lot more of like the real fast stuff, whereas I like more of the melodic-y type solos. So I like to pick those ones. I mean,
I would
try
say he's a guy that if there's a solo to learn, he'll sit there and learn the shit out of it note for note. Whereas I just don't have that kind of patience. Like, yeah, close enough.
Yeah.
Good enough. Just put a little reverb on it, no one will notice.
When it's that loud, nobody notices. That's funny. Well, that's good because you need the complementary skills. Melodic solo's nice, fast is nice,
yeah.
so that's nice.
So
So
harmonies are where
so
it's nice. So having
so
two
you guys lost 2 of your guys 2 years ago,
yeah.
but you had the same guys for 5 years before that, or
Yeah, it would have been right around there 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What started out as just, we still are a fucking garage band, but we just started out jamming, and then it's like, hey, we should start booking some gigs, and then, gain some traction, and it's like, wow, people actually want to come hear us. So
if you haven't heard Delirium, you should check them out. They're fantastic. Loud, fast, precise, amazing.
I'm trying to get more originals out there too. That's one thing about
You have
playing
stuff on
in,
Spotify and stuff?
Not yet.
No?
We're being too perfectionist about
Yeah.
some
Just
things.
Just put it out there.
Yeah, that's
You guys-
People
know,
want to
eh?
hear it.
That's
you
what we
guys
gotta
should come
do.
here and get produced and leave it in the hands of somebody else. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. I'm trying to learn to
That
do it
helps.
myself too, and that's part of it too. Is
Yeah.
My mentality, like playing here for almost 20 years now. You go to the bar. I've been in bands before. We play originals, and people in a small town, they just want to hear Back in Black and songs they can sing along to. They don't have the patience for originals in this
You
town.
have to do it
But it's starting to come
8 to
around now.
1, or you play
Yeah.
a bunch of covers and then
Yeah.
you work one of yours in, and
It works
Yeah.
well sometimes.
it's what I find is bars. You got to do what bars want.
Yeah.
Festivals, all
yeah.
you got to
Mhm.
get a little more kind of play the field. Like, what am I doing? A wedding, a bar,
You got to play
Yeah.
to your crowd, right?
yeah, and then adapt and adjust. But to talk about the topic, for me, that's been people moving away. That's the big thing that usually in Fort Mac, somebody would have a band, somebody would move back.
Mhm.
The band I was in, I moved away, and it's, I still play with, once in a while, but it's hard because it's not for people to make a living. A lot of guys, most
Yeah.
of the guys, they're mechanics. They work at Suncor. They work at Alpac. Even Fall Into Place. The guy was telling me they all work separate shifts, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Fuck,
those
if
guys
we
have a
can
hard
get
time getting
together every
together."
2 months." He's like,
Yeah.
but they're all still they're in it. They had their merch. They had their originals, and it's
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got it.
That's why they
Shout
say
out to
rock
those
and roll is a
boys.
young man's game, man. No responsibilities, nothing, right? It's easy to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
but
about
it's
you?
What?
What's your experience in that?
About losing people?
Number of bands, right?
Yeah, moving away is a big one. People losing interest. For me, like like when I ever start a band, like my main focus is to do originals and record and kind of pursue that avenue more than anything. But some people want to do the cover route and they don't want to put the work in to do the originals and
Yeah.
and that's it. That's my kind of experience. I'm hard-headed. I want to do originals first and then covers second.
Yeah.
But like Fred said, you got to play to your audience and stuff, and that's
because
it.
it's nice. I think covers has a bad rap, but learning songs as a band and learning your twist and learning to gel and learning to play and even just seeing what works at a crowd, like, oh, we played that cover, and then you take it back to your music and you say, oh,
Yep,
maybe I was overplaying, like I was overplaying on drums in my last metal band. I don't need to fucking have fills every choruses or fill every 4 bar. I just pound the shit out of the kick, and then
Yeah.
when you get live, it translates better.
Yeah.
But you don't know that until you play a couple of 100 gigs in a bar, and then,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to welcome our other sponsor, the dog that should not be here.
That's okay. That's a cool. He's a good boy. Oh, he's a
Hey, you
good
got
boy.
Earbuds on. Set.
Oh, Aku. Okay.
You're on camera. You're going to be judged if you're not nice to the dogs.
So, all you band guys out there, you let us know what's your experience in losing members, gaining members. How does that work for you guys?
It's a hard struggle, and I think what makes the difference between a great band and an okay band is when a band can keep going, and even if you lose a member or you gain a member, to say this is a business, we want to keep it going, and we adapt, we adjust, and I think it's a lesson that everybody could learn, because I know it's a tough gig to start with, but I think my dog wants to marry you. He's just. And you never
get
looked at
along
me like
great.
that.
Yeah, no doubt. And on that note, we want to thank Delirium for being here today.
Yep.
Thanks a lot, guys,
Thanks
for coming
having us,
out.
guys. This was awesome.
And yeah, we'd like to thank our new sponsors, our new subscribers, our
Nice.
sponsors. Yeah, our new subscribers, Douglas Reed.
Douglas
Reed
in the square box.
in the square box right there. And we got Ace Courage, which is the coolest name I think I've ever heard.
Ace Courage. If he doesn't drive a plane for a living, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
Ace
should- you should
Courage.
learn.
Ace Courage.
Ace, message me. I want to know what you do.
Unless
And-
it's something boring.
And Ryan H.
Ryan H. Hazmat.
Neighbors.
Oh, maybe it's Ryan Hazmat.
Ryan, is that you?
Hazmat. I used to think that was his last name.
Ryan Hazmat.
which we're gonna try to get on the show next week.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to get off your chest?
Oh, I still have comment of the week.
Comment of the week.
Goes to Lorraine
Lorraine
Van Hees. She says,
Van Hees.
Carnival of Music sounds fabulous. What a vision. Fred, I think vain is more of what you were thinking of.
Not pride.
Not pride, vain.
I will think about that. Never.
Never.
Anything you guys want to get off your chest while you're here? Some song, something you want to push?
More rock, more shows.
More shows?
Yeah, just more live music in general.
Get Delirium and 25 cigarettes out there blasting some ear holes.
That's right.
Let's set up a show at Nancy either.
Blasting ear holes. Metal show.
Nancy Appleby.
It's a good
Boom,
idea.
Athabasca. What do you think? Athabasca, should we do this? Let us know.
Lots of seats.
In
Not
August.
enough standing area. But
Late August.
Late August. Metal show. Athabasca. Made it happen. Let's snap our fingers. Box appears.
And on that note, thanks for joining us and shooting the shit. We'll see you next week.
Peace.